Hi everyone and welcome to another obscure Asian story. In the annals of paleontology, there are few stories as intriguing as the one of the Echinonyx courtenay, also known as the Linxia cheetah. This creature, believed to be an extinct species of cheetah, was discovered in China and was thought to have roamed the earth during the late Pliocene sub-epoch. The discovery of the Echinonyx courtenay was initially hailed as a significant breakthrough. The fossilized skull, almost complete, was thought to belong to an extinct cheetah species endemic to Asia. It was believed to have lived around 2.5 million years ago, making it older than other described species, such as the European Echinonyx pardinensis and the North African Echinonyx aicha. The skull bore some resemblance to modern cheetahs, with a tall skull structure, a wide brain case relative to skull length, and large frontal sinuses for air intake during sprinting, and a well-developed occipital crest. However, its teeth showed primitive features, akin to those of some extinct feline. This discovery led scientists to believe that cheetahs originated in the Old World, contradicting the prevailing notion that they originated in the New World. But here's where the plot thickens. Despite the initial excitement surrounding this discovery, doubts began to creep in. Even at the time of pre-publication of the research paper in 2008, there were already strong doubts about the veracity of the fossil. Tao Deng, professor of paleontology at the Institute for Vertebrate Paleontology in China, noted possible forgery of the fossil. He observed that parts of the skull appeared glued together from disparate bone pieces, imitating the skull of a modern cheetah. After much debate and scrutiny, it was finally accepted in 2012 that the Echinonyx courtenay was indeed a forgery. The once celebrated discovery turned out to be a paleontological faux pas. The Linxia cheetah was discredited, and its place in history was forever altered. This was a supposed missing link fossil between birds and dinosaurs that turned out to be a composite of different fossils. Imagine a creature that could have changed everything we know about the evolution of birds and dinosaurs. That's what scientists thought they had found in 1999 when a fossil known as the Archaeoraptor was unveiled. This fossil, discovered in China, was hailed as the missing link between birds and dinosaurs. It seemed to have the body of a bird and the tail of a dinosaur, suggesting that birds evolved from dinosaurs. The world was captivated by the seemingly groundbreaking discovery. The story begins in 1999 when National Geographic magazine published an article claiming that a fossil discovered in China was a missing link between birds and terrestrial theropod dinosaurs. The fossil was given the informal name Archaeoraptor, which means ancient robber. It was presented as a groundbreaking discovery that would rewrite our understanding of evolution. But even before the ink had dried on the magazine pages, doubts began to surface about the authenticity of the Archaeoraptor. Further scientific study revealed that it was not a single creature but a forgery, constructed from rearranged pieces of real fossils from different species. The head and upper body were from a bird-like creature called Yanornis. The tail belonged to a small dinosaur known as Microraptor, and the legs and feet were from an unknown animal. This shocking revelation turned the world of paleontology upside down. Despite the controversy, the Archaeoraptor saga had a silver lining. It brought attention to illegal fossil deals conducted in China and underscored the importance of rigorous scientific scrutiny. Moreover, while Archaeoraptor itself was a fabrication, many true examples of feathered dinosaurs have since been found, providing genuine evidence for the evolutionary connection between birds and other theropods. Imagine waking up one day to the news that your favorite breakfast food is made from cardboard. That's exactly what happened in China in 2007, when a news report claimed that street vendors were selling pork buns filled with cardboard. The story began when Beijing Television's BTV7 aired a news report claiming that local vendors were selling pork buns, a common breakfast food in China, filled with a composite of 60% caustic soda-soaked cardboard and 40% fatty pork. The news spread like wildfire, causing widespread outrage and fear among the public. But here's where things take an unexpected twist. The report was a complete fabrication. The so-called cardboard buns were nothing more than a hoax created by Ji Beijia, a local freelance reporter. Xi had hired 4 migrant workers to make the fake buns while he filmed the process. He created the story in an attempt to create a sensational news story that would attract higher audience ratings. When the truth came to light, it sent shockwaves through the nation. BTV7 issued an apology, expressing profound regret for the deception and its vile impact on society. This story caused a lot of worry among people in China. They were already concerned about the safety of their food. This story made those worries even bigger. It also hurt China's reputation as a country that exports goods. Xi was detained by Chinese law enforcement officials and later sentenced to a year in jail and fined $132. In the realm of technological innovation, few stories are as captivating and controversial as the tale of Han Xin. This saga, which unfolded in the early 2000s, is a tale of ambition, deception, and a fall from grace that sent shockwaves through the global tech industry. The story begins with Chen Jin, a professor at Shanghai Jiao Tong University. In 2003, Chen claimed to have developed a digital signal processing microchip, which he named Han Xin. This chip was hailed as the first DSP chip to have been wholly developed in China, a significant achievement that promised to bridge the technological gap between China and the West. But here's where things take a shocking turn. Mr. Chen was a big deal in China, even though people in the West didn't really know him. He was seen as one of the top young scientists in China. He received several grants from the government in Beijing for his work. He was in charge of his own research institute and was a dean at the Jiao Tong University in China. Even the then Prime Minister, Wen Jiabao, had visited his lab. The Han Xin chip was not, however, what it seemed. In early 2006, someone posted a detailed article on a Chinese internet forum called Tianya Club. The article claimed that the DSP chip was a fake. In fact, it was later revealed to be a product of academic fraud. The chip was actually developed by Freescale Semiconductors, a former Motorola subsidiary. Chen had merely sandpapered away the original identifications and passed it off as his own invention. When this scandal came to light, it caused an uproar in China and beyond. Chen's research was declared fake, and the Han Xin project was cancelled. Chen was banned from doing any government-funded research and ordered to return investment money. He was also sentenced to a year in jail. In 2018, a Chinese company claimed to have developed a fully self-reliant web browser. Redcore is a web browser developed by the Chinese company Redcore Times Technology. The browser was initially marketed as a significant achievement that was fully developed in China, promising to bridge the technological gap between China and the West. Soon after, it raised 250 million yuan in funding and claimed on its website that its browser has ended the American monopoly. However, in August 2018, social media users revealed that Redcore's internals were substantially similar to those of Google Chrome. This led to accusations of plagiarism and criticism for marketing a Chrome shell browser as a domestic product developed completely in-house. The company defended the product by describing 3 additional features of Redcore that were not present in Google Chrome. However, by the end of 16 August, Redcore was no longer available for download from the company's website. The company co-founder Gao Jing told the China News Service that although the web browser is based on the open-source resources from Chrome, it still uses domestic core technology and has other innovative elements. Redcore's public admission fueled the discussion about China's exaggerated capabilities. It also brings up comparisons to false claims of advancements. A Chinese state newspaper editor said that the country's lack of scientific spirit is often the root cause of issues ranging from research weaknesses to widespread counterfeiting and fraud. Li Qingyan, a Chinese herbalist, martial art artist, and technical advisor, is known for his supposed extreme longevity. If we were to rank the oldest people in world history, the top spot should go to a Chinese man named Li Qingyan. At least that's what an article in the New York Times suggested when it was published on his death day in 1933, claiming that he lived to be 256 years old. The article describes how Professor Wu Chongqie found old records from the Chinese government in 1827 congratulating Li Qingyan on his birthday. According to these records, Li Qingyan would have been born in 1677. However, Li himself claimed that he was born in 1736. This means he would have been either 256 or 197 years old. Both these claimed lifespans, 197 and 256 years, far exceed the longest confirmed lifespan of 122 years and 164 days by the French woman Jeanne Calment. But who exactly was this man who supposedly lived for centuries? His true date of birth has never been determined. He lived off a diet of these herbs and rice wine. It was generally accepted in Sichuan that Li was fully literate as a child. Despite his claims, gerontologists consider his longevity to be a myth. However, his story continues to captivate people due to its blend of mystery and the human fascination with longevity. Li Qingyan supposedly produced over 200 descendants during his lifespan, surviving 24 wives. Other sources accredit him with 180 descendants over 11 generations, living at the time of his death, and 14 marriages. After his death, Yang Sen wrote a report about him, a factual account of the 250-year-old good luck man, in which he described Li's appearance. He has good eyesight and a brisk stride. Li stands 7 feet tall, has very long fingernails, and a ruddy complexion. Ultimately, it remains impossible to verify any of his accounts. Nonetheless, his story continues to stimulate our imagination. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time, and thanks for watching!